As a lot of you know, I am a really huge Legend of Zelda fan. I have been playing the series since the age of 4 and have gotten every single official Zelda game to date. And of course have made my own fan game called The Hero of Dreams that has gotten a lot of attention. Also, I'm currently making a prequel to the game called The Eye of the Moon that should be my best work to date, but I won't get into that today. I just wanted to show my love for the greatest video game series ever created, The Legend of Zelda. The Legend of Zelda has been a part of timeline debates, 2D versus 3D debates, etc. But one debate that not a lot of people get into is what were the greatest items of the Legend of Zelda series. Zelda has had a lot of items and equipment throughout the years that have shaped and changed not only the series, but video games as a whole. The items in each Zelda game are very important as the puzzles and overall game design are affected by most of the items. I have composed a list of the top 10 items of the Legend of Zelda series. Now this isn't an official list by any means, but in my opinion this is the closest list possible. There has been a lot of items in the series, but this list is the top 10 items that have a combination of great use, originality, design, fan favorites, and the impact it gave the series as a whole. So here's the list. At number 10, the Mirror Shield. The Mirror Shield first made its appearance in The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Unlike the standard shields that just deflect, this shield reflects projectiles that enemies throw at you. Ever since then, this item has been a staple in the series. It wasn't until Ocarina of Time when the Mirror Shield had its biggest impact. The puzzles and design of reflecting the sunlight was great, and especially the fight with the witches. As a result, this item will continue to be an essential part of the series. At number 9, the Magnetic Gloves. This item only appeared in one game, and that was the Oracle of Seasons, but this was a kick-butt item that had a lot of crazy design and puzzle concepts. The gloves would act as magnets, and when you hold down the button it would alternate from positive to negative and vice versa. So anything that was magnetized could be pulled or pushed, or in some instances Link himself. This was a great item that I wish that they would bring back because the puzzles they had seemed like it was only the tip of the iceberg. At number 8, the Hammer. The hammer first appeared in Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link, but got popular off A Link to the Past. It was a hard-hitting item that served its purpose, breaking the hell out of everything. The hammer has made its way into other games and once again was used for great puzzle ideas. Even the Four Sword Adventures had some unique ideas to make the hammer more engaging. All in all, this is the most hard-hitting item of the series. At number 7, the Pegasus Boots. First appearing once again in The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, Pegasus Boots got Link still us running, and boy was that a needed item. It made traveling a hell of a lot easier, plus it made a lot of good puzzles. They only appeared in the 2D Zelda games, but everyone still has the pleasure of running into walls with the Pegasus Boots. At number 6, the Ocarina. Music has always been a part of the Zelda series. The recorder was a part of the first Zelda, the flute was a part of A Link to the Past, but in Link's Awakening, the ocarina came into play. But it wasn't until Ocarina of Time where the item became a huge part of the gameplay. You can travel to places, change night into day, make it rain, call your horse, etc., etc. This item was so popular that it actually made the real instrument a household name. At number 5, bombs. Explosions, explosions, explosions. This is indeed a staple in the series. First appearing in the original Zelda, bombs have been a huge part of the series. They were a powerful item that you can use to take more damage than your sword, and they can blast through some walls and dungeons. In the later games, bombs were used for so many things, including blasting holes in the wall, and also shooting things in the sea when you're on your sailboat. That's why bombs are definitely the bomb. At number 4, Rock's Feather. In the 2D Zelda games, if one thing is missing, it's the fact that Link can't jump. Well, in Link's Awakening, all that changed. Rock's Feather was introduced so that Link can hop around anywhere and everywhere. This created a whole new way to play Zelda and created some great design concepts. The 2D Zelda games since then have had Rock's Feather and is actually a favorite in Four Swords. At number 3, the Boomerang. Now here is an item that goes hand in hand with the Zelda series. The Boomerang was first introduced in the first Legend of Zelda, and it was a great item for those that didn't like direct combat, and its effect was awesome. It actually stunned the enemies that you knocked upside the head, and you can walk right past them if you didn't feel like fighting. In the later games, the item became more involved with the puzzles, and is still so damn original, and that's why the Boomerang will always remain a staple in the Zelda series. At number 2, the bow and arrow. I thought for a long time whether to put this at number 1 or not because the bow and arrow is probably the most recognizable item in the Zelda series. First appearing in the first Zelda, Link had to shoot his rubies apparently to use his bow. The puzzles for the bow and arrow are simply amazing. For example, shooting your arrows to fire to light up a torch. Also, it was really fun to shoot a big bow while riding your horse. They recently also made a game called Link's Crossbow Training, where the focus of the game was actually the bow and arrow. And so what item could possibly beat this? At number 1, the Hookshot. With so many items on A Link to the Past, the one that probably stuck out the most was the Hookshot. This wacky item was one of the most original items that Nintendo has ever made. If you needed to get across a river or the other side of a mountain, all you had to do was hookshot yourself over there. This item paved the way that Zelda went in a design point of view. This item was so engaging with the game that it only got better as the series went along. Ocarina of Time used this item to near perfection as it made a wonderful transition to 3D. In Twilight Princess, even with the name change, you don't just get one, but 2 hookshots, and it was used to perfection in the game. Again, I think that this item may have been the best designed item in Zelda history. It made a huge impact in the series and had some great puzzles to go along with it. And that is my list of the top 10 items in the Legend of Zelda history. Thank you for watching, and if you want, you can comment on this video or make a video response and tell me what your top 10 Zelda items are. Or you can just leave a comment or a question about Zelda, as I'm a really big fan and I would love to hear from you. If you like this video, please subscribe as it really helps me a lot. And again, thank you for watching.